All right, it's 8 o'clock. We'll call the meeting to order. Let's stand for the pledge. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. All right, public comment.
Who sent the email blast? It's just that it was shared and a lot of people thought it was fake and it didn't come from the township.
Well, Cassidy sends our blasts. It should have come from the same address as the blast for the agenda. So I don't know why
That's
they
what
thought
I
it was
tried to
fake.
tell people, but they said it was fake.
It's definitely not fake.
Okay.
I wrote the paragraph.
Well, because there was no signatures.
Oh, well.
And they said, you know,
Signatures.
normally this stuff is like this is usually signed. So I just thought I'd ask because
Yeah, I wrote the email and sent it to Cassidy. She sent out the blast. I don't have access to that.
okay.
And I posted it on Facebook. So
on
we tried-
Facebook.
I think I put a link on, we have a small township page, not many people follow it.
Right.
And then also I posted on Wolf Lake World News, I believe, trying to get it out there to more people. I only have like 15 results.
Yeah, well, that's about what's on this other group had too.
So I wanted to leave it out there. We're going to talk about it tonight, but it was a legitimate, if you're watching this, it's legit.
Okay.
We
All
tried.
right. Have you thought about doing a mailing? Or is that, I know it's costly.
So expensive. I just didn't want to waste money on a mailing. I was hoping we could spread the word.
Okay.
Just maybe if we have time, we could do the senior dinner in December. Is there one in December?
Yes, there is, on the 20th.
We could ask there. I don't know how else to get, but it was, I don't know if I can do it another way so that more people know that it's legit, but it was a legit survey that she built.
Okay, so it was on Wolf Lake World News?
I thought I put it there, yeah. I
Okay,
shared
and what
it.
township account? Is it the one that you post on, Trudy?
No, that's Facebook. I would have put it on Facebook, but I didn't know about it.
Oh, you mean on the township website?
Nope, it's, I wanted it there. I don't know if it got on the website. That is in the middle of transitioning right now. But it was a page that is called Egelston TWP Board.
Oh, okay.
So
All right.
that's the one, because the old one is old board members. So this new one, this board can access. Cassidy's the point person because she's the website point person.
Okay,
Yeah.
okay. All right, okay, thank you.
Any other public comment?
I have one. So I'm looking at the minutes, and it says, motion by Treasurer Rosema to establish procedures for military personnel attending meeting period, two-way communication during active duty. That's not what I said at all. My motion was to establish procedures for, particularly for board members who are absent and zooming in. We did discuss two-way and communication to the residents, but that wasn't my motion. I listened to it again today. That's not at all what I said. That's number 16. 17 says Treasurer Rosema wants to do different things than the Senior Millage Committee recommended. That's not true. I don't want you to do different. I listened again today. I complimented Rolling with Shelley. It's been a great thing. I see in the office how many people partake in the rides. I said the snow plowing filled up within 2 days, and those are great things. I said I want us to do more to start spending that $86,000 that we've been sitting on. I didn't say to do something different than what was recommended. You directed me to make a recommendation to the committee, and that's what I did, and that's in this packet. So I would like the minutes to start reflecting what I said instead of misleading to something that It wasn't even my intent in my comments.
I will listen to the tape again and correct them.
And the Open Meeting Act requires you to post the corrected minutes. And the only one that I see that's ever been corrected and posted properly were ones that Benj did.
Any other public comment? Any other public comment? Any other public comment? All right. Approval of the agenda for December 1st, 2025. It will be a change for action item number 6. Danelle could not be in attendance tonight due to the roads. She's not from Muskegon, so she didn't want to make the trek. But
We're deleting or?
so we can still talk about the proposal. She's just not in attendance.
I motion to approve the meeting agenda, striking project manager in attendance from item number 6.
Second.
All right, all in favor say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? All right. For approval of the consent agenda, there are planning commission meeting minutes, an edit to the regular meeting minutes as requested by Trudy that Joe Nardi agreed to, and then the treasurer's report. Anything else?
Number 16 and 17 you're talking about?
Yeah, so an edit to number
Okay.
16 and 17 after Joan listens to the minute, or listens to the recording. She'll edit the minutes. Anything else? Okay.
Could I, well,
Okay, I actually have something for item 18. When we came to consensus on all items for agenda must be provided to the supervisor with supporting documentation by the deadline of Wednesday before meeting by noon. So I just want it to be clear that we can still add agenda items. It just needs to have a majority vote by the board.
Yes.
Okay.
at the meeting, you mean? Changing the agenda at the
Yeah,
meeting?
that's at the meeting. It won't be in our packet ahead of time, obviously, but that's just, I mean, it's up to the board to decide whether to add it or not, or whether there's enough documentation in hand or not to add it to the agenda item. But I would like to add that to the end of 18.
She said okay.
Sweet. Another thing, maybe I'm missing this, but did we not table the municipal civil infractions? So that would be on this agenda?
We did. We did table it. I did not do any research on it. I don't know if anyone else did. I forgot to put it back on here. I don't have any new,
Could we just add that so we can table it again?
yeah.
What number?
So make it number 10.
Make it number 10 and then change adjourn to 11, please.
Okay, I make a motion to approve the agenda, editing the regular meeting minutes number 16, 17, and 18, and then changing number 10 to municipal civil infraction, and making number 11 adjourn.
Support.
All right, motion and support. All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? All right, agenda approved, consent agenda approved, on to communications. So we touched on it with public comment. There was a Google survey sent out by Cassidy. I wrote the email, which is in your packet. There were some responses to that, not many. The most people are asking for a Tuesday night. That was the major consensus. 8 o'clock is very late, I agree. And it would have to be another 6 months into the new year where we would do the 8 o'clock. I also looked at the 2026 calendar for holidays, elections, and there are 8 days where the first and third Mondays would have a conflict. So we don't have to meet twice every month. Last year when we approved the meeting schedule, Joan had already edited out holidays and fixed everything. But I was just looking and I'm like, man, when I highlight holidays, you know, a second and fourth week might be better, or first and third Tuesday or something. So just something to think about. We don't have to pick tonight, but we should pick at our next meeting. Maybe we can get some more responses, and then I think Trudy wanted to talk about it too.
Yeah, I just have an issue that this letter that was sent with Dear Resident says, sincerely, your Egelston Township Board. I wasn't aware that we ever discussed a survey. I would have put it on our Facebook group had I known there was one. And this definitely didn't come from the board. We've never discussed this at a board
We'd
meeting.
have to vote for it to come from the board, right?
Yeah, and we
And I
didn't.
don't think we did vote on that.
Did we
No.
even discuss it
All
at a
of
board meeting?
All of a sudden, there
A
was
survey?
a survey.
Yeah,
We can say this was from the supervisor or whoever it was from.
I thought we talked about it.
Shouldn't
We never talked about sending a survey?
Shouldn't the board approve sending a survey? We
If
have
a-
in the past.
I don't think we did.
If a board has a communication from the board, it should be voted by, from the majority of the board.
Yeah, I thought we talked about asking the residents for a night.
It's
No
not
one
in the minutes.
remembers?
Well, there was conversation with the resident that
Yeah.
we were
I
going
brought
to
it
check
up,
on
yes.
options.
Yes, because nobody's coming
But
this
not
late.
that we were going to create a survey and.
But something like that
email
should
How,
have a vote.
how would
I
we
think.
check
Oh,
on options?
okay, here, I have a solution. I'll retract my email. Tomorrow, I'll send a retraction that it was on behalf of the supervisor, not the board. And I will just include you unless you want to make a motion that I include you.
But there's more. We didn't get any input to any of the questions. I believe when you ask someone to put their name, you know, it's no secret. It's talked about a lot of open meetings that people are afraid of retaliation. I don't think you're going to get in my opinion, and I would have liked to give this input before this got mailed out. I don't understand why someone has to put their email down in their name if they're taking a survey. What
Because
difference
you
does
could
that
do
make?
it 17 times for your favorite
Well, you can
night
see,
Sure.
you could see who the email came from.
without
But this
contacting
is a different thing.
VC3.
Now we're going into the content of it, or so I'm okay, first of all, with a retraction. Yeah, that's just from the supervisor, that's fine. And then the rest of the stuff, that's like, it's kind of irrelevant because a supervisor can just send out a communication, she doesn't have to ask anybody. She can send out a survey, right? There's nothing wrong with that.
Yeah.
In the past, we had a workshop and we had input to it. And the board approved it.
Yeah, but
Well,
we,
how would we know what people, I mean, I was told of the public comment and I talked with some people, I don't remember who I talked with. Apparently it wasn't at a meeting, so, but I talked with Cassidy and looked at questions. It's very basic. Would you come to a meeting? You know, if someone says, I want you to have it on Friday night and their chance of coming is a 0, I don't care so much about their opinion because they're not going to come anyway.
right.
But, you know, when someone says 10 out of 10, I'm going to be there, well, then I value their opinion slightly more because they're going to show up. And I know who comes to the meetings now. And maybe there's people who don't come because it's Monday at 8. So if they said, you know what, if you change it, I'll come, it's a 7 that I'll come. Then I weigh that heavily. But, I mean, that's only my opinion how I would vote. You guys all could look at the results and weigh it however you choose.
Yeah, it's
you
just
know-
something to inform our decision.
Do you know how many people are on the email blast?
No.
So you don't know how many people you've reached, like Janet
But
said.
I do know that I
Are
talked
we-
to you about it
are
and
we
you
going to-
are choosing not to remember because you said, I
And-
will post it to our Facebook. And
No,
then
I
you
just
never
said that
did.
just now.
No, you said it
I
in the
was
office
shocked that you
too,
sent this
but-
out. I never saw it before until it came to my work email, whenever it got email blasted out.
Unless there's a motion, I'm just
You
fine.
know.
I'm fine with the retraction. I don't want to keep, we have
Right,
other
right,
things to do.
That's good.
But there's
Did
very
we-
few
did we get any
responses, so
results
how
from
can we
the
put
res-
any weight in it?
Yeah.
15
Well,
people.
How many responses did we get?
How many residents do we have?
15. There's exactly 15 responses.
Okay.
We're going to
And
base the decision
some only
on-
did a first name. It was just to see like, are they doing it twice? It doesn't really matter. I'm not like,
We can reshare it. We don't have to end it now if we get more responses. But
I mean, we could have contacted the,
Well, we
mobile
still
home
can.
villages and asked them to put it in a newsletter.
we still can.
I could have put it on Facebook if someone would have told me that there was one.
would you like it to be from the board or would you like it to
If
be
it's
from
from
me?
the board, I would like the board to have some input and approve it. Yeah, I think it should come from the board.
Okay. So then
I don't think it's
we
right that
can-
one person or two people can make decisions about the township without the board's permission.
Oh.
Without us hearing about it, discussing it.
So now that it is
I know
out
where
there,
you're
it's already
going.
been out there, I wouldn't have a problem of saying that it's from the board, but we probably should
We'll
put
just
it in more
approve it now.
directions and, out there more if there's a way to put it in other sites. Even Trudy can put it on or, so I think we need more than 15.
If we approve it now, I don't
Yeah.
think we need a retraction. But I don't even see the need to change it. But
But that's my point. We
Fact
approve things
finding
after the
survey, I
fact.
don't see
Give me
what
a habit of doing that.
the big discussion is. Why does this have to be a half an hour discussion over a fact finding survey?
Because it
It's-
should have been presented at a board meeting and approved by the board.
if it's
Nothing was presented on your tree lighting service yesterday. We didn't even have an
What do
opportunity
you
to
mean?
participate.
What do you mean? That's not a township sanctioned activity.
It's at the township.
It's at the
Yeah,
township.
it's
and
hosted at the
it's
township. I got permission when I did it the first time 8 years ago.
One time.
It's not, the board never had me ask again. It was
Well-
approved every year. I just did it.
what is
Well,
I
I
don't even
think
know
it
what
should
this
be
is.
approved
I
by the
have no
board
idea.
going forward.
Every
If I
year?
can't send an email,
Every
then I
year?
don't think you can host a tree lighting.
Well, I asked the fire department.
But
and
who's
it
in charge of the
delighted
township
me.
hall? It's
Yeah,
like-
well, like I said, 8 years ago, I got permission to do it, and
that's not.
But that's overtime pay for employees.
people that are on duty, and the chief came and lit the trees.
Well, I know for a fact that we are not allowed to ask them to do anything without paying them overtime. It's their limited duty time.
Right.
So
Yep.
that should go through the board too. If I can't send an
That's
email,
true.
we can't host events.
I didn't mean to start another.
That's a good point though.
This is silly.
So I would like to make a motion to approve this survey and resend it as coming from the township board.
I second that.
Where are we resending it?
We would
Just
resend
an
it
email
to.
blast?
No, not just an email blast, even also
We-
give us permission if we want to put it out there on something, or there's all kinds of sites out there
Yeah.
to get more than 15.
Share it on
Yeah.
the public
Absolutely.
pages on Facebook and yeah, just give people a little more time to share it and then we'll get the results next meeting. So we have second.
So
We do have to set our
only 2
meeting
people
date.
saw it on Facebook, but I know that some of you guys are part of the Egelston Township Board Facebook page. If you're not, it's TWP. Maybe you could join it and then share from there to your personal page.
Did the board approve that? Was
Yes,
that-
we did.
We didn't. We had a social media policy that came that time. We never approved any of those other social media accounts.
Yes, we did.
I think we did.
I don't believe we did.
We did one.
We
the
talked
first
about
meeting.
something.
We got a social media policy brought to us.
That's
Yeah,
I
we
think, a
didn't
separate
see it.
thing.
What?
I think that's separate.
Another group was created.
We approved
Well,
it.
I guess you'll have to show me the minutes where we approve that.
Okay. I'd like to see the minutes where we approved you to have a Trudy Eggleston page too.
Actually, that's my township page, and I tried to create that so that my personal friends and things weren't on there. And I did have approval to be a moderator of that group, and I didn't moderate it under my personal Facebook.
What's the Trudy Eggleston page?
That's the Facebook profile that I have for the township.
But she
Facebook
posts
group.
on there without board approval, so
I have
she's
board
upset
approval
about
to
my
be a
survey,
moderator. I have board approval
but not
to
upset
post
about
on
all of
there.
her posts.
None
There's
of you have
plenty out
changed
there.
that.
We
If
do
you
have a
wanna
motion
remove
and a
that.
second on the
It'll-
floor.
I think it should,
Can you
if
do
it's
roll call vote?
from the, if it looks like it's from the township, it should just be from the township, right? We should just have one place.
we have at least 3 right now.
At least, yeah.
So we have a motion and a second. Benj, do you want to restate your motion?
Yeah, I motion to approve the survey as coming from the board and to give another week to repost it and, then determine the results
Okay,
for consideration next board meeting.
And to be approved by the board or supervisor?
No, I motion to approve it as a board.
Okay.
And I still second.
So we should have done that before.
Yes,
now
we
then.
should. Yeah,
We're getting in the habit of approving things after the fact. That's my only point.
yeah,
okay,
that's not
let's
ideal.
It's not
vote.
about the survey.
All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? It's unanimous. All right, next up, the US government is not minting pennies. There's a flyer in there about it. So I've had a couple residents call me. You know, it's interesting to me that Trudy's upset that I sent a survey, but she posted from Egelston Township by Trudy Egelston a penny problem asking residents to please pay in cash at the township hall with exact change. I've
Did it say
had,
pay with cash?
it says, I'm asking that if you use
If
cash.
you use cash, I didn't
to
ask them
use
to
exact
pay cash.
change.
You misquoted
So,
that.
okay, so if you use
I didn't
cash,
ask-
use exact change.
Yes.
So I had calls and emails about this and someone stopped in. They're upset because they think their taxes are high. Everyone gets a little grumpy about spending their money. This did not come from the township. I don't think it should have been put out there as if it did. This actually does offend people. You know, I don't think receiving an email is that offensive, but I apologize if that was. We charge them a 3% fee for credit cards. So they're like, man, you're going to charge me 3% for a credit card. I don't have checks. And one guy wanted to bring in pennies and dump them on the floor. And I said, you know what? It didn't come from the board. If you come in and you have a problem, ask for me. I will make sure that we can accept your payment. We also take payments at the bank. I called around and I have 3 banks. They have no restrictions. So we can get a penny order. I can withdraw my amount in pennies and donate it or do a reimbursement or however we want. We are not limited on pennies right now. So I did talk to the staff in the office. Pennies are not an issue. We have them on hand. We have them in the safe. No one else is concerned except for Trudy.
Wrong. I talked to Choice One Bank on the 26th of this month. They said they can get pennies, but they've been told to limit their request for them. Also, at the county treasurer's meeting on November 18th, this is how we became aware of this as treasurers. This penny notice is posted at the city of Muskegon because they're running into problems. At least 3 other treasurers said their banks are not, they can't get pennies from them. People don't understand, but we have a warrant, a tax warrant, that we have to balance and settle with the county to the penny. If we overcharge people, what are we going to do? Round it up. That's round up. Some people said round up. Then what are we going to do with this extra money? If we undercharge them, then some other money from the general fund or the tax fund has to pay someone else's, and we are not allowed as a legal expenditure to donate or to give money that's not a legal expenditure to cover someone else's taxes. There are people concerned. I opened this email after I had turned in my items for the packet, but this is from Judy Bigney at the MTA. And first of all, you need to be careful what you say, Amanda, because there is a statute that I don't have to accept pennies or nickels. It says, no receiving, this is MCL section 21.153, no receiving officer shall be required to receive in payment of any debt, taxes, or other obligation collectible or receivable by him any tender other than gold or silver coins of the United States. The MTA sent me that, and they said, because a statute specifies silver coins, a treasurer is not required to accept payment in nickels or pennies. Obviously, I'm not going to do that. But Judy goes on to say from the MTA, I have forwarded your question to the MTA's legal counsel, and I'm waiting a response. But MTA Legislative Director Judy Allen also emailed Treasury Department of Treasury, State of Michigan, with a number of questions based on emails we are receiving. I'm not the only one concerned with this. I'm trying to be proactive. If we run out of pennies, I just asked. I didn't change a policy, I didn't sign a contract, I didn't dictate it and require it. I simply asked if they would pay with correct change if they're using cash. I didn't say you have to use a credit card or pay by check. Didn't say you have to go online. And it'd be just like if someone walked up and we're running short on ones in our till, and I had to give them 4 ones back or something. But say I asked them to give me a 5 and a 1 or a 10 and a 1, $11 out of 6, and I could give them a 5 back instead of 4 ones. And I posted this as the treasurer. It clearly states that I am requesting this. This is my statutory duty to collect money. That's one of my biggest, and to do investments. This is a statutory duty. If I can't post to the residents and ask them to help with the situation, that's going to happen. I know there's millions of pennies out there, but what if we don't have them? At some point, someday, they're going to be taken out of circulation. I hope people bring me $1 worth of pennies, and I'll buy them with $1.
And we did have people volunteer to do that, so.
Yeah, and I hope they do, because
Well,
at
now
some
we're all
point,
clear, so,
so
but you are the only one in this office. The other office staff are not concerned.
they're not the treasurer, I am.
Your
The buck
deputy
stops with
treasurer,
me.
the deputy treasurer takes 90% of the payments,
Yeah.
and she said she's not worried. It has not been a problem.
I didn't say it has been a problem. I said they stopped minting them.
Okay,
And
so
when
we've
there's a
got it. You
problem-
read your emails. Let's move on.
Uh-huh. What is your point?
We both said our point. I don't think there's a penny problem. The residents want to know. They're calling me asking.
Why don't they
They
call me?
can bring pennies
You can-
unless she
you can direct
refuses to
them
accept
me.
them.
You can
Well,
direct
I
them to
brought
me.
the exact change today.
Thank you. Thank you.
Hopefully you don't have nickels or pennies required, because we don't have to accept them
I
apparently.
did. I had 4 pennies. No.
Thank you.
but I
We can
don't
always
mind
write
doing
checks.
that.
All right, planning commission schedules in here for the record, and a letter from Trudy to the senior millage committee is in here for the record.
I would like to point out a couple things on there.
Well, we did ask you to submit it to the committee. I mean, are you guys okay with hearing her read this 2-page
I
letter?
asked you to put it on the agenda, and you did.
You said for communications. I have the email.
Yep, well, I'd like to communicate. My number one recommendation to the Senior Millage Committee is for food, to try to provide food for our residents with SNAP and the cost of food and the cost of utilities. It's difficult for people to get food. The committee itself, I didn't have time to look up your minutes, but you did visit and talk about perhaps giving vouchers to E&A for just food. I think that's a wonderful idea. I don't know how much, 100, 200 a month, 50, I don't know. But that's one way to get food in people's hands. I know Cedar Creek just did 200 food bags with additional food bag for each person with Thanksgiving holiday stuff. Joan used to make the bags here on the chairs, and from MoCap, I believe it was at that time, and they were very popular. Our food boxes out here, farm to table, we can make food bags for people. Cedar Creek got rid of 200 of them very quickly. And then there's lots of other things. Again, we're sitting on a big pool of money. We're about to get 39 more thousand in March. So I think the residents deserve to have the money spent where it should be spent instead of us saving it. And that's what I put in my letter, among other things. I had a resident reach out to me and see if we could pay out of her senior millage $5.50 so she could go to the Heart Center for regular, you have to be assessed first, but for regular therapy and exercise. She wants to go so bad. She has a way to get there, but she doesn't have $5.50 to go. We have 86,000, at least.
Why didn't you have them call me so I could have taken that to the Senior Millage Committee?
I asked her to come to the board meeting. Maybe she didn't come tonight because of the weather.
All right, then action item number 5, resolution to support HB 5225, request by Trudy It would increase the income limit for summer property tax deferment for seniors, veterans, and disabled homeowners from 40,000 to 60,000. And she can go ahead and explain.
Yep. This came from the MMTA, Michigan Municipal Treasure Association. It's a listserv, like a blog. Lisa Hicks Clayton from Dearborn Heights is the treasurer. She shared it with the Muskegon County treasurers. We already have a summer deferment. We have to put it in the paper when it comes to let the residents know it's available. We don't lose any money per se, except, by the way, this 40,000 income requirement has been in place for more than 20 years. So bumping it to 60 would help a lot more people that just don't have the money right now. It just defers it. They still have to pay up by the end of February, I believe. It doesn't impose any significant financial costs to municipalities, except the interest and penalty is waived unless they don't pay by the time our winter tax season ends. So I would recommend that we send this resolution to our Congress people, and it will help more of our residents.
Does this define what a veteran is?
It's not for veterans, it's for anyone who has an income. It does, people that are eligible are qualifying seniors, which means they have to be under 60,000 income. Veterans can automatically have deferment, and disabled homeowners too. You don't have to meet the income requirement. We already do it for residents of 40,000. I think there have been 2 or 3 since I've been here.
I motion to approve.
I'll
To
second
approve
that.
what?
The resolution?
Yeah.
Why don't you say the resolution?
I motion to approve HB 5225, which would increase the income limit for summer property tax deferment for seniors, veterans, and disabled homeowners from 40,000 to 60,000, submitted to. That's kind of irrelevant, but that's,
Yeah.
that's that.
Did you second that?
Yes.
And the last one is where we send it to Michigan Association of Counties, the MTA, and our representatives. I will submit that to them if needed.
So we had a second?
All right, we had a motion and a second. I have a discussion. This resolution is a sample. It's not written by our clerk who writes our resolutions. And it says city/township/village/organization name. So, I don't think we should send this off as is.
You're absolutely right. This is a sample.
So I would amend that to be formatted by the clerk.
What that city, township, village means, you put that the Egelston Township Board hereby expresses its full support for this House bill.
And
I mean,
then
we are
everything
able
else
to
gets
stay the
sent
same.
in.
And everything
It would have
else
been
to
really
be the
nice
same.
to be able to do this ahead of time so you could have read the actual document.
This could be the actual document with Egelston Township there. That's why I gave it to Amanda on Tuesday.
But this,
See it
would
in the
this go in
packet.
our book of resolutions?
No. There's no certification on it. It's a paragraph.
Oh, did you get this?
I did. I didn't see it.
So
I
would
had it
that go
put
in
together.
is it supposed to go in our book because it doesn't match our formatting?
It still has to be completed, yes, but there's no place for signature of certification. But this is a good body of the resolution. It would just have to be completed.
So I will withdraw that and make a motion to have the clerk draw up a resolution stating to the effect of resolution to support, or sorry, I'm not going to say the resolution, but to the effect which would increase the income limit for summer property tax deferment for seniors, veterans, and disabled homeowners from 40,000 to 60,000.
And there lies the problem with the net.
Trudy supports.
Peggy did.
Oh, sorry.
Okay, we have a motion and a support.
So all you're doing is sending support to the legislation saying you
Yeah.
support this, right?
Yep.
It doesn't actually doesn't make this applicable in our,
No, not until approved.
not until it's approved.
Not until it's approved,
Not until
but
it
it needs to be
passes the
drawn up
House and
as a
Senate.
proper resolution first.
So we need a signature added and we need to put Egelston Township where it says now therefore be it resolved.
Could be.
Okay, so we have a motion and a second. Let's roll call vote.
Corey?
Yes.
Yes.
No.
Yes.
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 Motion carries. The Fleis VandenBrink proposal. If you guys want to take a look at this, and then if we have any questions, I can get them to Danell. She's the project manager assigned to us. So a few meetings ago, we had talked about getting the ticket to get in line for state revolving funds. We had paid $950 to get the bid. This is that bid that we paid for. So when we paid that $950, it also got us the ticket to get in line and this bid. So the details are in here.
What do you mean bid? This feasibility study?
Yep, this feasibility study.
Okay.
So, this is the feasibility study. We were supposed to get 3. So I'll just give you a little overview because the next few items relate to this. So this one, we're not gonna vote to accept it tonight. I think we need time to review it, and we also need to understand what we would be getting into. But we had said that we wanted 3 of these. So I wanted you to see it, be able to ask questions on it. And I was hoping that she would be able to be here. We also have a bid to get a feasibility study in our packet from DLZ. And that one's more money. And it has what it covers, what the bid would cover, and all their rates. And that I also included the one from Fleis VandenBrink just so you could see what theirs look like that we signed. So the second Fleis one is just for reference. This first one is their proposal, what it would cost for them to do the expansion on Hoffman to Rose, from Apple to Rose.
I have some questions.
Make sure it's out in the audience as well.
Oh. So yeah, if you have questions now, or if you want to email me a question, I can gather them all together and send them to Danell. She said she would come next week if we wanted her to present something.
How many homes would this add to the sewer system?
I think it's less than 20. I counted them at one point.
So this would never pay for itself ever.
Not for 845,000. It's about 11 years per 100,000, based on the fact that we keep from 1 REU per quarter $34. The rest of it goes to
So
the
it's
county
like
to pay
20.
for.
You said
Flow.
20? Or-
Yeah, 18 or 20. There's a couple that have more than one lot that they purchased that we could put laterals to those in case they divide it later.
I think it's already not feasible, just from that. That's so much money, we will never get any of that back. It makes our
well-
sewer system less sustainable, not more sustainable.
Well, maybe we could get a quote from DLZ and see if it's any less.
It'd have to be like
I know.
$100.
I know, that was my point a long time ago, that I didn't.
What do we get from fees for 1 unit?
When I use
A year.
97, oh, a year?
Yeah,
That's 97.50 times 4, so just under $400. But we
Times
don't
that by
keep that. Most of that goes to the county, not most of it. 60 some dollars goes to the county for the flow.
oh, yeah.
The
That's a
hookup-
no for me.
The hookup fees are what is supposed to pay for the project.
What's that?
The hookup fees are what's supposed to pay for the project,
How
not
much are
the,
hookup fees?
5,600 right now, I believe.
Well,
That won't do it.
And most people finance it for 10 years, so we're not going to have that money right away.
Well,
Nope,
but
nope,
we
nope, nope.
we didn't build this sewer system decades ago for it to pay for itself or to be a money maker.
It's not, no,
It's losing money.
that's a,
Right, but it's going to continue. Like we have to maintain the infrastructure. We have to protect
that's
our
not
water.
maintaining though. That's expanding beyond what we can, like, to
Before.
even replace that in the future. We will never recoup any of that.
But with less
It
than
will
10%,
never break even.
with less than 10% of our residents on the sewer system, they can't maintain the infrastructure.
But
And
we-
then it's contaminating water when the septics fail. So we will never be able to get municipal water out here because we'll have the same problem that we can't afford it. It's always an investment in infrastructure. It's not, let's recoup our costs. You have to think of it as bringing a service and expanding the service to more people, and protecting the water that we have.
Would make sense if it was in a loop where, like a continuous loop in like a master plan where it would make sense. But this isn't connecting anything. It's an offshoot going to nowhere. And there's no planned development in the future. It's not gonna, we don't have any, this is why we need a future sewer expansion
Sewer
plan.
Mhm.
And then we can determine what places will be worth it. This isn't gonna be worth it. It will never, ever pay for itself. In the future, if it's like one of the last places not hooked up or whatever, then it might make sense, but that's gonna be in a long time.
That was my point when I brought data and numbers for you.
I think
I
we're
already,
gonna-
in my opinion, it was not feasible financially. Paying money to see if it's feasible, if you don't need a lift
Mhm.
station, and if you can run those lines,
We
and
just need to,
gravity feed and all that, but if it's not financially feasible, to me, we've wasted enough money already.
yeah, We just
right
need to
now,
run
there
the
is
road.
grant money for infrastructure.
if they're gonna pay
Is
for the
it
whole
grants or is
thing.
it so?
There's
low
state
income
revolving
loans?
funds as well as infrastructure grants available.
What are they? Because most of them that I looked at are low interest loans.
I'll have to get you the articles that I read.
Yeah.
It was from MTA.
The places where it would make the most sense is if there's gonna be new development nearby and you can expand on it, or if it's on like one of the main routes.
With many
We
rooftops.
understand that,
many
Ben.
rooftops.
We've been at this for 25, I've been at it for 25 years plus.
Mhm.
Every expansion we brought to this board got backed down because somebody came in and yelled because they didn't want to have to pay a sewer bill. We have to get beyond that. If we're going to maintain the infrastructure that we've got in the ground now, we've got to have more customers.
It also
This-
has to be economical. And
I'm-
and
I'm-
the
Customers,
zoning,
It's just not enough customers.
I'm not
Not enough
saying
customers
that's not, I'm not saying I don't agree with you.
Yeah.
We didn't know, we've got the numbers, but we've got other projects that have been introduced over and over and over that have many houses, but it's many more dollars to put that infrastructure in there too, because it takes another lift station, which is $1 million plus.
That's probably why they didn't pass.
yeah. So
Okay.
I'm good.
The next thing is the DLZ Feasibility Study. So we were in a meeting and decided that we were going to pursue 3 bids. So this is the second bid, which is $1,880. So it needs board approval.
Oh, no.
I agree. I mean, that first bid kind of shows us it's really not feasible.
Say Supervisor, can I, just before you vote on this, can I just approach that, add some comments?
Yes.
Okay, thank you. Hi, I'm Steve Allier, a resident, but I'm here actually representing another business that's located here in Egelston Township. It's Jeff Needham Homes, that's on the corner of Apple and Carr Road. He has a 51 lot development that got approved by the township close to a year ago. And we were in the process of filing up all the permits. The one that we're having difficulty with is a sanitary sewer permit. That has to be filed through the township. We do the design, we got the design done. We met with Jeff Green, Randy Parrott, that was with DLZ, the township engineer. It was, they got the permit in July. We had the meeting in August. So they were, usually this is a bypass once you get the permit to get it into the state. It's usually within 30 days, the municipality gets it there. This is in December now. We still don't have it processed through the township. And even if it went in tomorrow, if you approve DLZ to do it, it's gonna, we won't even see a permit to probably the end of January, the 1st of February. It's, the developer is getting frustrated. He even called last month because he understands that apparently this funding, which is pretty minuscule to process this permit, we already got the permit filled out. You just got to look at it, copy the quantities, but there's a pre-approved access code that's to the township engineer. We don't have it. We're not pre-approved through this body to do it. DLZ is. Now, whatever money it's taken, this is what the developer couldn't be here tonight. So he was saying, well, how much is it? Is it $30,000 that they quoted you? Or is it $1,000? He's willing to pay to get this processed, even though with, this is the 4th municipality that I submitted sanitary sewer permits this year on. All of them have been submitted to the state within a month. We pay for the permit cost, but usually the approval and access and that comes from overhead of the municipalities. One was in the city of Fredericksburg, Muskegon Township, Fruitport, and Egelston. 3 of those projects have already got sewer going in them. We can't even start now. This is the permit we need. This has been back 4 months, and I can see it maybe pushing out 6 months.
Who are we waiting on for that?
It hasn't.
You,
It hasn't come
you're
to
the
board.
governing
Hasn't
body.
been on the
It's
agenda
not
till
been on
it's
the agenda.
approved.
Well,
It was,
Contacted-
you guys declined it,
We
because they
declined.
asked for $5,000 or $10,000. It was, no, they asked for 10,000 and the board voted no.
We didn't have this project then.
well, apparently
What
I
was that?
talked
Was
to
it your
Cassidy,
project?
it was supposed to have been acted on last month.
Mm-hmm.
We were thinking in October, that you were saying it had to be before the board. And I don't know what the item was. Apparently, this is grouped on with some other funds that DLZ is bidding on, and I don't know if there's an itemization or not.
I've never
But
seen it.
I think what needs to happen here, somebody from the township needs to call this developer. It's a multi-million-dollar project, 51 lots, waiting to bid. And we just don't even know if we're gonna have permits in the springtime to construct. We were hoping to start in the fall time.
I'll give Jeff a call tomorrow.
This is since, like I said, we met with the township engineer, the staff was here in August. Hopefully, we were hoping we would see the permit in September or October.
I heard about it in late October, that you guys were waiting for a permit and needed us to have this agreement with, so we need an engineer of record, basically. We need someone that we can
Pre-approved
call.
engineer that has the access code
Yes,
that
we
can do
can't
this.
continue to do this,
Yeah.
which is my point, and this is, you know, you guys instructed me as the supervisor to get 3 bids, so I asked for the bids, now I have them, and now you're like, well, we don't want to do the project because one submitted early, so we have one in the packet, but it's like, it's kind of a catch-22. How are we ever going to get an engineer to give us a bid again if we just throw this away because we got one that was high and we don't like it?
It's already not feasible. We already know.
agree.
It's a feasibility study.
What I wanna
He's
know,
not talking about
you still
Hoffman
don't
Street.
understand what his project costs. Because apparently it's blended in with a number of other issues that he's doing for the
So are you
township.
familiar with being an engineer of record? Just
Yeah.
someone that you always go to, because
Yeah.
like our policy right now states we have to get 3 bids on everything. So, you know, I called West Shore, DLZ, and Fleis VandenBrink. And we got Fleis's bid like that, because they also got the ticket to get in line, and the deadline was November 1st, whatever.
Intent to apply
Yeah.
to the state.
But
I think we abstained
I
from
just
it.
got
Yeah.
DLZ's bid, and I didn't get anything from West Shore yet, so I'm bringing it to the board, but Randy had a couple of things for us, and they did vote no. He was supposed to get me another one. I don't have it in my
I don't care
email.
how you vote. I just say somebody from this township has to go to the developer with multi-million-dollar loans out on this project. You've already approved it, and we can't get a permit.
So they need an engineer's sign off or something.
They have to submit it to the
They
state.
they have to submit it on your behalf, that they recognize the code entry on your behalf, and they'll issue the permit. Usually it'll take them 4 or 5 weeks to do it, but
Once the engineer
We
looks
need to
Once the
at
appoint
engineer
an
gets it done.
engineer of record for that project.
And Randy, we met with Randy from DLZ, and he said that he was our township engineer of record.
he presented that himself when we met with him
Told us
here.
that.
back in
Yeah, he
August.
has been. We had a pot of money and it ran out, and he needs to be able to be paid. He can't do the work for free for us. And the board, not I, but the rest of the board did vote no, because he put $15,000. And Trudy, you said we don't have a
We
project.
didn't have a project.
We
No one
did.
mentioned this
We
project.
did. Joan told you that night that we had
That
this.
it was Meadema Homes?
Yes. Yes.
I would have never.
Yeah,
And I said, well, we
that's
were gonna
been-
have a
That's been a
project.
real
We
delay
didn't have
too,
a
because there's
project.
been
That's
some
what the board
hiccups
agreed.
with the
When was
approval
this?
in the past on that, that kind of delayed the
Few meetings
project.
ago.
When was this?
Several
It was
meetings ago.
DLZ scope of services. I think it was $10,000 or $15,000. They wanted a line of credit, but it would have covered the feasibility study, the subdivision, and if anything else comes up, there's a lot of things he does. He has to do things with our sewer system and contact CNC, and I mean, they just work behind the scenes, and they don't come to the board all the time. They can't
Yep,
wait
I-
every 2 weeks or once a month.
When
So
was
now
that?
we know the ramifications of our inaction, what it causes. So we have to be more proactive.
When was it? When was that vote?
I don't know the exact date, Benj, but it was a couple meetings ago.
The only project we had at that time was Hazelcamp Lift Station. That's, for all intent and purposes, done.
This subdivision has
Well,
been
to
in the
move
works
this-
for how
Yeah,
long?
but
To
no
move-
one said that.
This has
DLZ
been
wants to
going
cover
on
that.
too long for a development on it. And
Right.
you know somewhat of his background. Turgan Woods is almost built out now. You know what type of homes that he delivers and what type of development he does. So I don't think there's much question on his housing type, that it's pretty nice compared to a lot of developers, or developments that I worked on in the past. It's should be proud to have it here as part of the township. But what you need to ascertain from them, I guess, if you're still not gonna pass anything here tonight, and we still don't know how much it's itemized for.
I don't have a contract to pass tonight, unfortunately, so,
Well, what
I mean,
what
I'm
I'm
glad
just
that you
saying,
spoke up so we know the
call the
importance of it.
developer tomorrow,
Yes, I will call
Yep.
Jeff tomorrow.
Jeff, and just say, he's willing, he'll pay the money. That should be the township's responsibility, just to move this along on it. So, but he's gonna ask, well, how much is it? Maybe you can call Randy first
Yeah,
and
we'll
ask
have
how
to get on
much
the
it
call with
is.
Randy, because I have no idea, and I've been told, the township should not pay, the township should pay. I mean,
Pass it through to the developer.
Yeah.
We've heard that too.
I've heard all sorts of things, and I don't know what's the truth, because I just started last November, so, but I'll give him a call.
Well, if this is a holdup and it needs to be a pass-through, he's willing to provide that.
Well,
But it should be fairly straight.
Our
Like I said,
policy
the
is the
permit's
holdup.
already done. We
But if
did it.
DLZ is our
We can't submit it.
Right.
engineer
So
of
you
record,
got it,
then
you
we don't
gotta
need
have an
3
engineer look at it
quotes.
and just move it along on everybody's behalf.
That's why
Yeah.
we would make someone an engineer of record, so we don't have to have 3 quotes every time. It would be that person. And like Randy explained to us, he helped develop the whole system. He wrote the SAW grant. He did the Apple Car and Brooks Road project. He did the Hazelcamp Lift Station. My vote would be for him to be if he's not already, our engineer of record, and then we don't have to have 3 quotes. We'd always go through them.
I just had a
That
quick
on the
question.
future
If
agenda.
this was $1,100, do you still need 3 bids from engineers?
No.
Okay, if it's $2,000 or more, then you need 3 bids.
Actually, I think it's 5,000, isn't it?
I really don't think, I'd be surprised if it's much more than $1,000 to get this done.
I mean, I think
And-
that's only 2 signatures. I've just never had anything come across my desk and I don't know how to initiate it.
Yeah, well.
You know, if Randy
I
wants to
know.
get paid for passing the engineer thing through the state system, he's just gotta tell me that, hey, I need to get paid, here's a invoice and I can sign it.
Well, and I think that was the problem, is the engineer of record was so vague, it didn't identify any particular projects.
Yes.
And we wanna know what we're buying,
Yes.
and if we can get him to give us by next meeting, a thing appointing him engineer of record for that project, for the, forgot the
Well,
name
like
of
I
it
said,
again
she might
already.
want, I think he wants to move along faster than another board meeting to get something channeled through that should already have been done 3 months ago with all of us sitting here. So hopefully you can talk with him, get a resolution, and he can just pay you the money or vouch for it or however you want to do it and just get it going.
Okay,
So that's the only reason. He couldn't be here tonight because of the weather, so I got called in for it, but.
well, Steve,
he
thank you for your
appreciates it,
comments
and thank you for letting me interrupt, but I thought it might be kind of worthwhile maybe before the vote, just so you kind of understand. I know this is a small component of it, but
Thank
that's
you.
kind of what you're voting for. Thank you.
Thank you.
Do we need to vote on 7? We've already approved 3 quotes, but then they're all gonna cost us, right?
which is what I said a couple months ago. I said, I don't think these are free. It's a lot of work to put this bid together. And this board demanded that we get 3. So I
That's our
just feel
policy.
like we should go through with this bid and see, and we have 2 to compare. And I think we should forego, my personal opinion, we forego the 3rd per our policy because we know now that it's costly. But I think we give the 2 places a chance to show us their feasibility study. And then we know.
I would agree with not getting the 3rd bid because you sent and asked for it. You know, there aren't a lot of engineers
I
out there
think
that
them
do
presenting
sewer.
is a waste of time.
But I think
I'm
so
not
too
as
with that
worried about
second.
getting a feasibility study on Hoffman as I am with taking care of this project. I think that if this would have been explained to us a long time ago and we knew it was coming, we could have looked at that engineer of record
Yeah.
proposal differently, and we would have known what they were proposing rather than just a blank check.
Yeah.
So I would like to see us approach Randy to give us a letter of request to be the engineer of record for that project, so we can get it going and,
Would this hold up future projects though?
Yes, it'll hold up everything. If he has to submit per project, I think what we need to do is have him be our engineer of record and we decide an amount that we're comfortable with and then allow him to work on our sewer system, allow him to do something within reason, you know, not spend $12,000 on one thing, and invoice us appropriately so it notates what it was, you know. But what if there's another developer doing something and they go through the same situation?
Can you propose something for the next meeting?
Yeah, I mean, we could
And we can do
even,
a special meeting if we
I
need
think
to.
we're gonna.
Can we
have to
make
have
a motion
special
on it
meeting, so
tonight?
Because we've been
it's-
holding them up for
yeah.
a long time.
Yeah.
well, we don't have an amount. I don't know what kind of motion we would make.
It's not really on the agenda either. I think we should do a special meeting soon.
And we really can't add it to the agenda because Ryan's not here, so.
Yeah.
well, this isn't a special meeting, but I don't know if we can add in the middle of a meeting.
We can, anytime.
We can add an
Yeah,
agenda.
You
item
don't
in the
even
middle.
need an agenda, technically.
I think if it's not if everyone's not here, you can't vote on something that's not on the agenda. Or is that for special?
That's a
meeting?
special
That is
meeting.
for special
Special
meetings,
meeting.
but I think if you have an agenda, it covers that as well. I don't feel comfortable.
I don't understand on the agenda.
I,
Well, do we want to get a consensus that I'll contact Randy and have him come up with an engineer of record? He's going to need an amount of money that he can work with. Our last one was 5,000. He requested 15 that you guys denied. So,
That's per project?
Because there was that project.
because there was no project, but now that we know there are some things, could we do 10 or 7,000 or something so that we?
yeah,
Put something together and do a special meeting.
Okay.
let,
Can we do a meeting this week?
I don't have nothing extra open this week.
I have planning commission tomorrow, so I have
Maybe Friday
Wednesday.
night.
Friday or Thursday, Friday.
I don't have Thursday.
If we don't feel offended, but if we could do it during the day and 4 of us can come, if we're serious about trying to get their project going.
I'm fine with it.
I think we owe it to them to, do this expediently because it's,
Yeah. Courtney,
I didn't realize we
I
were
didn't know.
holding
would you
this
be
project
against
up.
us having a special meeting during the day?
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah, so you're gonna leave work and come? That would be great.
No, you guys can.
And this special meeting would be for getting the engineer of record up to a certain amount.
And his proposal for, what do you call it? What was the DLZ?
Okay, can we have a consensus that we agree that we need to name an engineer of record for at least this project that's waiting,
Let's make it,
for an amount of X,
yeah.
up to not to exceed X. It doesn't have to be just that project, just a letter from Randy. And
I'm thinking we should probably shoot for Thursday, just because I don't know how quick he can get this to me. So if we could do Thursday, I have a supervisor's lunch at noon in Whitehall.
I cannot make Thursday.
Not any
Even during the
time.
day.
his previous proposal wouldn't stand, you don't think?
Randy's?
Yeah. That he submitted for the 15,000?
We could do it, we could do the
We could just
previous
vote
one
to
at.
approve-
Reconsider
that
Previous
one?
But do you want to
Reconsider
put
it?
a fee on, I mean, the amount on it as
15?
10,000?
Well,
Can
he
we
wants-
just have a motion to
just-
reconsider the
Okay.
original?
Yeah. Do you want to make that motion?
Can we just do a consensus, because it's not on the agenda? That bothers me.
Well, but
Well,
it
we've
says
seen it
motion to
before.
spend money and obtain a study.
Yeah, it's under feasibility study.
They could fall under that.
Joan, do you want to make a motion for that?
I will make a motion to approve DLZ's former proposal to be our engineer of record in the amount of $15,000.
Second.
All right, we have a motion and a second. Let's roll call vote.
Hold on just a second. I was talking, I wasn't writing. Peggy?
Yes.
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 Thank you.
All right,
Yeah.
now as for the feasibility study with DLZ, do we want to do a second feasibility study? Does anyone think we should do it, or do we wanna
No.
skip it?
No, if it's
I make
even in
a-
the same, you can
Okay.
ask him if it's in this, if it would, the projected cost would be in the same neighborhood. If it is, then it's just.
Okay, okay,
Because we have to adjust our assessment fees, because the assessment fees are supposed to pay for the project. And even on the densely populated areas, it's at the 5,600, it's not gonna touch what the project is gonna cost.
We would need some massive grant to even come close to that.
So do we need a motion to,
I think we do because we've
forego
approved
the-
3 quotes, right?
okay, so I make a motion to, forego the DLZ feasibility study.
I second.
All right, all in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Okay. And then
Saving money.
Thank you, Jim.
to bypass the third bid with West Shore, do we need a motion for that, part B?
It's under number 7, I just thought I could just
Okay,
say
just
that.
put,
That
okay.
covered it.
Yeah.
All right, I need a motion to go into closed session to discuss the union negotiations and an attorney opinion.
So moved.
Support.
All in favor?
Aye. I make a motion to return to open session.
I second.
What do we call it?
We have a motion and a second to return to open session. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Any
Aye.
opposed? At 10:06 PM. All right,
I have a question.
yes,
When we did did we do a motion for closed session?
yes.
And that was roll call?
It didn't pertain to money.
You'd have to do roll call for that.
Okay, let's roll call vote then.
For open session?
We don't have to roll call, but okay.
We
Corey?
don't have to, if
Yes.
it's not money.
Yes.
Yes,
Yes.
Yes,
Yes.
okay, we are back open.
pertain to money. Oh. Pretty kind.
All right,
It's a thing.
I make a motion that we accept the TA with the IAFF 3901.
Second.
We have a motion and a second. Would you like to roll call vote?
Please,
Okay.
yes. Trudy,
Yes.
Peggy,
No.
Ben,
Yes.
No.
yes.
Yes.
And that was 2 noes?
Yep. All right, chief.
Good evening.
Good evening.
First up that we have for you is our preventative maintenance. This is going to be done on all responding apparatus that we have. This is our annual plan that is just getting off the ground. This will include just basically the oil changes, the lubrication, the air filters in this quote, and it's specified out per apparatus so you can see what that is. But the total, which is what my recommendation is to have Advantage Fleet do this in the amount of $3,903.58. And I do just want to add, as part of this, they are also going to be doing our DOTs and our pump testing. So if approved, they can come in and do it all at the same time.
Are you putting that on next meeting? or-
Those are, all those expenditures are within the
Oh,
expending
within your-
authority, so.
Yep. Perfect.
This one's just a little bit bigger because it's involving all of them and there's fluids and filters.
Yep. I make a motion that we approve preventive maintenance through Advantage Fleet for $3,903.58.
I second that.
We have a motion and a second. We will roll call vote.
Ben,
Yes.
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 Thank you.
Motion carries.
And then the second one, if you remember when I first started, I brought you the Muskegon County Mutual Aid Agreement. This one, because we border and we do have the potential to work within Nuevo County, this is going to be the Nuevo County Fire Chiefs Mutual Aid Agreement that I'm bringing to you for approval. So we're looking for approval to have me sign that.
So why do we have to do this if we don't automatically do mutual aid?
No, no. So we still do mutual aid. This is just laying out how we operate during that mutual
Oh.
aid.
Make a motion to approve the Newaygo County Fire Chiefs Association Mutual Aid Agreement.
I second.
I just wondered, does this affect Bridgeton?
No, Bridgeton is in Newaygo County, but this just, like I said, if we go to
This
a
just
mutual aid
outlines
close,
what's expected of us
yes,
if we go
what's
there.
expected,
Okay.
how we operate, how we can request other aid. So if we were out in Bridgeton Township and we needed to request aid from Fremont, we can do that. It just kind of spells out how we would do that.
Okay, thank you.
So we have a motion and a second.
Roll call vote?
Peggy?
Yes.
Ben?
Yes.
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 All right, thank you, that's all I have.
Thank you.
I'd like to, I would like to make a motion to table municipal civil infractions.
Second. Go ahead.
Second.
You call it.
All right, we have a motion and a second,
You call the second. There were
by
two of
Corey.
them.
To table it, does that just means till next meeting, right? Okay,
I have a comment.
okay.
There is a book that you can get through MTA that describes the whole process of the civil infraction ordinance, bureau, all of it. All the instructions are in there. I would recommend purchasing one.
I just wonder why we need a bureau. You know, our statutory duty mine is to collect anything due the township, so can the building department say they issue a ticket, then we just have to let residents know, I can collect it at the window, we can cash receipt it in at you know, at our front window. Because from what I read in the bureau, where I or the committee, the team, is not making a judgment call if they're not willing to pay. I can't compel them to or do anything different.
No, but they can come
I
in
don't
and
have
plead
this-
not guilty, and then they have to go before the appeals board. That has to be set up.
And then what, though? I don't
But
understand.
that's the
What's
same as
our,
with our building permits or any infractions there.
Yep.
so if we don't want them to pay at the court and we want to miss that and be proactive and get them to pay here, we could still do that.
Well, the motion is to table, so if we have a proposal, then that we can vote on in front of us, that would be great, but I don't think we're prepared for that. So just to table it until next meeting.
And then, do you have any of the rules and regulations from the past, Joan?
I didn't dig
That's
through
the one.
the books of minutes. That's why I recommended buying the civil infraction book from MTA, which tells you how to set up the bureau. It tells you how to set up the appeals board. Everything's in there.
I think we should get that book.
It's not
I
that
also
expensive.
think we should
I
get
think
that
it's like $40.
Can we just
Table it, vote. Did anybody
have the
second it?
township pay for it and we can all have one? Like a book?
We wouldn't need one. We can have it on the shelf that anybody
And we can
can
just
use
borrow
at
it.
any time.
Do we have one already?
No.
or-
You can
No,
also-
I recommend that we buy one and then we'll know the process.
And you
That's
can also legally, I think it's 10%, you can make copies of a published book.
Cool.
It's legal to do that.
Okay.
I don't know what the percentage is, but it can't be that
We
much.
That'll
got
help us be
percentages
more
to buy
prepared
them.
next time. We can get
You
that.
want me to do it?
Sure.
Okay.
Do we need to vote on the motion to table?
Yeah. Do you have the motion in second?
Mhm.
Okay.
Aye.
Do you want a roll call? No. Okay, all in favor say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? All right.
I motion to adjourn.
Second.
We have a motion in a second. All in favor of adjourning say aye.
Aye.
Meeting adjourned at 10:15.